And now G2 looking to take it to a third.
We were talking about the possibility of G2 winning this series in 2 maps had they won on Mirage. We now arrive on Dust 2 with them needing it, not just to close the series, but to survive in this major.
We haven't got a ton of information on TYLOO's Dust 2. Like the graphics said, they've only played it 5 times, and whether they've been practicing it behind the scenes is yet to be seen, really. As we'll get into it, it's going to be G2 standing on the T side here. 1 flash available as they go for a fast, short approach to clear that bomb down as quick as possible. All they can really do is flash up and hope that no one gets taken down. With Ben 10 and Excurip actually going to be defending here, and Ben 10 now alone as he has to try and find multiple kills. Flash goes up in the air, but down he goes. It's going to be looking very, very good for G2 here.
Bomb plant by Body. Flash up by Summer. Take that back. It was a nade directly. This will be the first round pistol win that G2 gets in this series. They lost both on Mirage. Shocks with a kill. Makes that a little bit more likely. Summer in CT is going to get locked in. Jax gets somebody down, wrap through. He'll push the doors. Somebody knows it, so he gets aggressive. Nowhere really else to go. And G2 go up 1-0 to start it off.
There we go. First pistol on the board for them. Mirage felt like their map, but it all went horribly wrong in the second half. So it will be a forced buy by the looks of things here from TYLOO in the second round. Scouts are very powerful in Dust 2. You can get a few tags and hopefully set up your teammates for some shots with their CZs and P250s. We'll see if they can get it done here. It's a bit of a gamble to go for it, but it's still absolutely viable. We'll see what they can do here. So there's players running down towards the top and middle there. You can see the first tag comes through. It's exactly what I'm talking about. It's softening those players up for the pistols. And Body, he might be dropped first here, and indeed he is. What a shot that is. Somebody actually has to bomb. More horrific mistakes from G2, entering the tight choke point like that. No trade potential, no nades, and with the bomb on your back. It's difficult to watch at some points here, Matt.
Can't afford these mistakes, or they'll be on a plane out of Poland back to France. Somebody capping the smoke. Kenny's on the right. He's recovered the bomb, but that smoke means he can just watch the headshot position. Does exactly that. They will spray him down and make it impossible for him to retreat, but Bintet still has this covered off. They need to be expecting that. Hesitation in movement suggests that they are. Flash, nope. Oh, there is now, and it's exactly when Bintet looked away. If he had stayed looking, he might have been able to find the headshot on Kenny instead, but now they'll push onto the site with Excurip being the only one left to hold off on A. The other 2 down toward middle.
Luckily, no weapons recovered. MP5 absolutely blown away there, and it's going to be so much damage done. 2 versus 2, but 1 shot potential with the scouts here, and that's where you'll see them do all the work, and it all falls apart. They've got to be more careful. Why they keep entering these choke points with just 1 player, I could not tell you. It doesn't make any sense. It blows my mind. All you have to do is hold up, slow default, go together. That is it. At least trade out that kill at short. This is the one. No one's there. He gets back safely and even has the audacity to go for another one.
Well, he knew the bomb was there, so they had to put more people in that position. So he just sat around and saw what he could find. Did flash for 1. Great damage on the deagle. You nailed it, because that made it just so easy for the scout to hit the shots. He stayed there, had the boldness to do so after hitting a lovely first shot.
win.
maybe they justify forcing out a little more aggressively, given that we're still pretty early on, but they don't want us to get too far out of control. So it's pistols only. Bit of armor. Not much else. No utility to speak of at all.
Shock's got that long sport. No one there to challenge him, though. They're actually going to be focusing most of their efforts towards a B push on the CT side, and unfortunately for them, no one's there whatsoever. This is a nightmare, as that's pretty much the round guaranteed. As they've got lower B controlled, Kenny S will have that. He's going to hit one of these shots at least, and maybe he won't. There it is, and he gets dropped now. Surely the PD-50. Decent attempt. They've got to recover the AWP at the end of the round, but they've got time to do it. Somebody will be taken down. The orb will be found any second. Shoxy picks that up. And we go 7-2. G2 on top right now. Top fraggers. Kenny S of 11. Body and Lucky both with 9 kills. As TYLOO really trail here on the second map. They finally have cash. Do they even justify an AWP? Excura has 5,400. That would have been an orb, but not much else. He gets a couple of flashbangs, no armor. Not a massive deal on Dust 2, but we'll see if it affects him. Kenny is going for the shot through the gap at the top of the door there. And Jax is not going to be committing. Actually, he is right through the flames there. Takes 50 damage. And if he gets a nade on top of him, he might be in trouble here. Nade is coming through. It's actually an incendiary as well. He'll have to extinguish it. Gives up his spot, and he's certainly going to die. As the bomb's dropped in the most horrible position imaginable, really. It goes right down towards CT spawn. How do they even get that back?
It's going to be extremely difficult for them to do so. No shot from Excura though on the AWP. Body's got a dink through the wall on somebody. That gave Lucky all the confidence in the world to go for the fight, but not aware that there's a third one down toward the pit. Bintet finds it with the AUG, and it falls to just Kenny. Bomb watched. Kenny missing. And TYLOO should find their third round. You can see why the importance of... Okay. Minute to work with here. They've got to be careful. Kenny could still do this.
Absolutely could.
Smart to smoke him off. Try and contain him at this point in time.
Pushing back towards A. Player on shorts. Needs to be very careful here. Kenny's aware of it, but surely the CT wins out. He does, and this is a classic Kenny S moment now. If he gets a plant for long and gets down towards that position, this is absolutely his round, but he will just focus towards short. Hits the shot, and there it is. An absolute Kenny S special there. 3 versus 1. The bomb down towards CT spawn. He nails the first shot, and the smoke actually allows him to get back towards A, and he's aware of the presence towards that short position. Nails that. Good plan, and didn't panic at all. As soon as he was spotted, he repositions and nails it. This is where it all began. Attacker gave him an opportunity, and he capitalized upon it. Really, really strong round for Kenny S. Some absolute world-class form, which we haven't seen from him in a while.
No, that's brilliant. And I was about to say, you can see why the rounds early on with the money advantage were so important, because if TYLOO win that, they start to close the gap. Even with 7 rounds, it's workable for them when they swap over to CT based on how things are going. Finally, some clutches going their way. You keep Bintet in mind in the last map. It's lovely from Kenny. I was a bit concerned when he missed the first shot after dropping down, but he made a good on it immediately after. And the smoke, I thought, was self-preservation. It turned out, as you say, to enable him to fall back. So 2 timeouts used now for TYLOO already. This being the second. And we'll see what they respond with. They have to sit to pistols once again this time. It's only a 4th round bonus. CT side, that's not enough. The way he's playing right now, you just figure someone's going to land into his crosshair. Nade's going to go deep. Shock's already in. Forced out. He's committed. Jax takes the brunt of the exchange in behind in the tunnel, but Shock's already found the kill.
TYLOO, that was their ticket back into this game. And 1 versus 3, the bomb down in CT spawn up against an AWP. You'd think there's no way they give it up, but they did. And they found themselves here. 9-2 down by the looks of things. Just 2 players remain. They managed to get an AK back and some with low HP. He's opting just to save that by the looks of things as they make their way towards A to plant the bomb. Shouldn't be an issue whatsoever. It's Attacker looking for a 1-peek here. It'd have to be a hell of a shot. Can't get close. And like we said, Summer just saving the AK-47 all the way back there in T-spawn, and probably gets found, to be honest. You can see he's being hunted, and there's no way he knows Shox is going to be there. Executed behind the car, and it will be a very clean round for G2. They give up 1 frag there. Just body goes down, but he already found 2 kills in that round. They've got enough money for the rest of the half at this point, especially Kenny S, who's got a full buy with 12k residual cash. Excura gets the AWP out, and still they're not looking like they're fully equipped. I think Summer will have enough for utility here, but they'd ideally like a double AWP setup. Haven't really had the opportunity to show us that as we get into round number 12. Lucky's got the long spawn. Watch out for him. Going to be using it with the AK by looks of things. They'll flash him over and see what can be done. He has got body behind him as they do fully commit.
Lucky's inside of the flames. He's got the flash high in the sky. He wants to repeat this because somebody's already got the kill. He does it just before the flash blooms and therefore gets the kill. Kenny's going to follow that. Execute it down. Long open up. Bintet still though on catwalk. He needs to fall off of it. Needs to be sure to support his teammate over toward Carr, where Summer waits. May overlook this. Molotov down. Absolutely spammable in that position, in the new car position, that compared to the old model that was there, that was windowless. You could see through it. It wasn't easy, the flames in the front of it, but it wasn't as penetrable. So Summer might get away with this. I have a suspicious feeling. Fortunately, they're going to back off of it. So forget that. They're going to go back toward mid, and inside of mid already, Shocks is at the doors. If he clears that, they'll split this and go to B.
It's kind of strange Kenny didn't Molotov the car, just to be clear, because they weren't 100% sure they'd checked that position, but still might not be a huge talking factor here as he continues to find frags, and we'll go to a 4-on-2 with the CTs completely separated.
It's definitely not a factor because they went away from it. I think you're right, but they killed two at long. So the suspicion was that, or the assumption was that, well, we've got the two long players, why would there be a third? It absolutely would. I guarantee you someone had at least a kill on the plate for him. If they went that way, Attacker's got two on the doorstep right now. Kenny and Jack's down. Bomb's still going to be planted. Lucky's going to grab it. Fortunately, they had three players going in the same direction, and the bomb was picked up on the way through. Shocks is still holding in mid as he was the whole round. That's pretty much why they made the mid-round call to swing to B, and it's worked out perfectly for them.
Well, there we have it. The long take there. Nothing too technical from G2. As I always say, if they get gifted the opportunity to send a key rifler or even an AWP towards long, they'll usually take it. And that's why maybe a lot of teams don't like playing this map too much, because it means less tactical teams can find those sort of advantages and take control of positions like long. It's incredibly difficult to defend, as it looks even more likely that G2 pick up the second map. That's why we said Mirage had to be a must-win for TYLOO, as now they're 10-2 down, and once again on the pistols, haven't really done anything to challenge G2 at this point. Losing that 1 versus 3 seemed to have ruined them here. 10-5 would be a lifeline, but they'd have to get past this round first with just CZs and P250s. We have seen G2 make mistakes, but right now looking pretty clinical on the second map. Get a boost on the blue box maybe here. We'll see. Not quite, just going to be going in towards the actual long cave itself. And Lucky is ready to kill both of these.
Yeah, so it should be pretty short work for him on the AK. Careful. Don't give yourself up too easily. Meanwhile, it is Pistols winning it out. It's the B site, Summer and Attacker. One high, one low, top of the box, and directly on the floor in front, but they want the gun back. Kenny was quick to make sure they could not. It's still the advantage. He's found Bintet. Lucky top mid. He backed way off of the long doors after the brief little exchange they did have, and that's given him the position to take care of the Pistols at range. He didn't want to be up close knowing they were pushing through. Kenny, he'll take down Attacker. Decision-making seems much better from G2 this game.
Yeah, Dust 2 seems to be their map. Every time I've watched them play it now, it looks like they're comfortable, but either way, TYLOO looking for 11-4. Seems to be the double AWP setup will be coming out for the first time here. Summer and Excuret finally bringing that out. It's been an absolute nightmare of a half for them. Nothing going in their favor. Somebody you'd expect him to hit shots like that with a 5-7, no problem. Starting to fall apart here. TYLOO. Cash looks very likely as the third map. And maybe just a straight up B rush here. Jackson with the charge, flashbang goes in and oh my god, does it land? Attacker's got to try and recover this, but Mac 10 out and they've got so much money to send it all. They are as confident with that B rush. Molotov's in, that's pretty much round done. You don't even consider this if you're on the CT side. You just have to fall back and save the orbs, and you've got to accept that this one's gone.
See what they can find with it at the very least, to see if they can hold them into what will be the last round of the half. Double up. Bintet found. It's only got $400 residual. Summer's on 15. He's certainly vulnerable at this point in time as well. On the site itself, Molotov's going to clear car. That's a little more standard, to be fair. But boost elevator. Summers heads down. I don't think Kenny sees him. Yeah, got him. But he's got to go now. Absolutely, Body's going to find the kill. Execure gets a shot from the pit. The Sharks even find him. Oh, he nearly does. Oh, he turns it back. He got both. I thought he looked away too soon. It cost them dearly. And no guns left over. It's going to be 12-2 and very little to work with.
That's so sick from Shoxy at the end. He thought he killed the player on the corner. He's like, you know what? You can live for a little bit longer. I got to take care of your little friend there. And
which begs the question, how did he not kill him in that time?
I don't know. Maybe he ran out of bullets or something like that. Either way, it's gone horribly wrong. The auto snipers around. The damage is being done. It's going to be Bentet taking the majority of it. You normally expect a kill in these sort of rounds. That's why Dust 2 can be a lot of fun. If you get lots of money, like G2 have right now, you bring in those auto snipers, maybe multiple orbs as well. Go for initial damage there, but he didn't really do as much as you'd expect. But looking for 13-2 on the T side of Dust 2. Kenny S makes his way towards middle. There is a player there on the other side who starts to fall back now.
Nade through the doorway. Bintet and Summer to hold it off. Summer in the additional cubby on the new version of Nuke. Smoke down, instant off of it. Clever little smoke by Shocks just to put another Xbox out. He can try and spot through the doors again, and they can put pressure onto Catwalk as well, but I don't think that's the plan. High side pit for somebody. This position, we saw Zeus play this last week, and he whiffed hard on it. It was with the AUG as well. That time it took a number of bullets to get body, and Shocks was easily able to trade. They considered looking that way. It can catch people off.
I prefer him to be right on the ledge, right? So as soon as he gets that kill, we just hold forward and drop down. He was way too deep on that one. If you were to get multiple frags, it would have to be an absolute mistake from G2. But either way, 4 versus 3 now. Summer and Bentet already low. It's Bentet who took the damage from that auto sniper at the very beginning. They're trying to boost behind the smoke here, which is successful, but he has been spotted. Lucky will trade it out and get a couple of frags, as we'll see Summer drop as well. It couldn't have gone any worse for TYLOO there. They lost the pistol. They win the second round force buy, but that's pretty much it at that point. It was Kenny S, the one, the magnificent 1 versus 3 that really dominated the half. 13-2, and it looks like TYLOO might be done at this point.
Well, at least for this map, Cash is third. It's looking like G2 should tie it up. We'll take a short break at halftime. We'll find out if they can close it quickly, or maybe TYLOO's got other plans. We'll be right back. The boot on the other foot, G2 in the lead this time at half. I suppose, truthfully, they were in the lead last half too at 10-5. They just couldn't close it out when they got to the T side. But they are CT this time, and after a 13-2 half that looked very comfortable, I don't have many doubts to think that we're going to cash.
I tend to agree, Matthew. We'll see if Kenny S can open things up here as he takes a little play towards middle. He will fall back to the safety of the mid doors, and Bentet with a P250 enables him to have a bit more range and challenge position, like they said, long. No presence at all ready from the CTs. One player at the car. That's going to be Shocks as Bentet waits for a mistake. Anyone going to peek at all? 3 players with him now. They've got 2 smokes, presumably the crossover. They could use one deep in spawn, or just use 2 completely to cover the cross. And we'll see how it pans out. Jack's the bait and Shocks there.
Yeah, multifunction, information and bait. So far it's worked, but I gotta check the close corner. Still have to consider that the car is not cleared. Somebody's doing exactly that, and he'll see him sneaking out ever so slyly. Into frame, Bobby does get one back. Kenny fades off the smoke bombs down inside of it, but they'll easily be able to scoop that up, and attackers got Jacks. Pistols as they stand were 2-0 in favor of TYLOO and Mirage. It was G2 that picked up the first one this map. Still a chance they can pick up this one as well. Kit for Lucky. And Body and Kenny both have 100 HP to work back in. Flash to go over.
Yeah, the flash there, surely deployed, but it's not that. You got to go up dry and see what can be done. So I take most of the aggro here, and Kenny has to nail the shot.
Bintet still behind the car. Headshots. Oh, digs to the edge of the box. Not enough. They're all on top of the bomb, and now Execute. He's too far away. Nothing he can do. That's G2 and a great retake. All 3 together. And the bomb defused to make it 14-2. Insult to injury for Execute.
Just when it seemed like they were about to get something going in their favor, they get that first kill towards car. They get the bomb down. The site's under control. They have the man advantage, but they let it all slip away. Couldn't hit anything, and GT didn't even flash. Just run up short, hit their shots, and Body got one through the smoke. I didn't notice that. It's quite cool. As attacker did what he could, but fantastic shots, and then back towards short. And like you said, too far away. Difficult plan. And it's looking like G2 will find their 15th round right here, right now. TYLOO will have to force by off the plant. Oh, this is a bit of a mess. Still in T-spawn, swapping weapons around. I guess it's fine. Not ideal. But they want to see what they can do with 2 rifles and 3 pistols. Not the worst setup, but gotta wait for the initial utility to be thrown before they make their move.
Attacker already working in through the bottom of the tunnels, so the early buy from TYLOO can't blame the middle. Somebody just rattling off shots. Still sounds cool, the Deagle.
Oh yeah, still the coolest gun in the game.
Either way, they're already on catwalk. Kenny and Shocks on the site together, incendiary in hand.
The Bat Eagles are out of tool. Gives up the fact that TYLOO are force born into this. You wouldn't buy anything on this second round if you're going for AKs in the third. Jax with full control. He's got top and middle. He's got the worst weapon possible for this. He has to try and get close to them. He actually does a very good job at that range. Difficult to find a headshot. Does it perfectly. Gives him the opening frag. They've actually gone past Shocks here. He's going to sneak through, and oh my goodness, he's absolutely owned them, and he doesn't get the second frag. He almost did, and looks like it will be Jax to make up for the little mistake there. It's a 3 versus 2 and a low HP Summer. That will confirm map points and pretty much guarantee a third at this stage. Summer will go down in the end, and my God, 15-2, and that was the force buy. They'll have little to nothing as we go into the third round of the second half. One more will do it for G2, and they're going to have to buy. And will they take a timeout? Is it even worth it? They have one remaining. We'll see. Ventus still seems to be relieving here. Discussing their options. CZs, Galil, Mac 10. You can see the HE being used instead of the smoke, just to ensure the scout, if it's there, doesn't have as much vision as usual. And here comes the long take. CT's in the pit.
Yeah, corner smoke that gets them further around. Once that's deployed, they knew they could fully take advantage of it. They'll also fall the other 2 back toward the A site instead. Bintet, smoke set towards CT. Bomb already inside of the tunnels. Pretty sure we know where this is going to go. And Body needs to be sharp. Does have Lucky alongside. FAMAS for Lucky. So it's Summer and somebody, presumably to go in first. Somebody has CZ. Summer has the Galil. That's the gun to watch. Body supports out for mid. Got a lot of shots to push through. Good flash. Pushes through and caught them perfectly on the edge of the smoke. Exactly the team play G2 lacked on Mirage. They're making great on here. Strides forward to close this map out as well. It's just Summer and Accurate. Make it all on Summer. And the sun sets on the short Summer, it seems, because 16-2 is a very fast game. G2 to cash.
It should have been their map to open things up. They let that lead slip away, but my God,